Okay, Philisiwe. I had a first question for you
Okay.
because we reconnected over Playwrights in Progress, right?
hmm
Like properly, it was an opportunity to work together even though we were so far away. And
hmm
we were writing for theater after our last few conversations about novels
Yeah.
and, like the narration. So my first question is, which do you enjoy more and why? Explain. Writing or acting? Because I know we both share a passion for both. I know we
Equally.
overlap.
Yeah. You are unfair to ask me this question. It's like, I don't know. But I did think about it. And hmm, I think I truly, truly, truly enjoy acting. Um, because acting on stage, not film, not television. I am a theater actor. Even though I have done some film and television, it didn't have, I mean, it didn't have the instant connection with the audience with and the and picking up the reactions as well from the audience, but also the playing and rehearsing and figuring out and having time to build a character. It didn't have any of those things. It was ga 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 ga.
It's very surgical almost.
Almost. It
It's
is.
a
It is.
complete different process. I
It
love
is.
that you mentioned that because I had that experience recently of a TV set, and I just went, I enjoy theater, the journey, the ride, the give, the take. Because
You
for
know,
film,
the moments of I don't know what I'm doing. You know how much of trying you had to get to you realize, I don't know, I don't get it, I don't feel it anymore. That I miss that. I miss the figuring it out and being lost. And then
the
you have,
build up.
oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I, with also writing, I don't choose it because it is, it is very isolated.
Okay.
Um, you, you spend a lot of time alone with it.
Mm.
And it doesn't at times. I mean, I mentioned lost. Lost, you're part of a group lost. You lost, you part in theater, you part of the moments where you just quiet and say, okay, theater gods and goddesses, just tell me. There was a moment in my processes as an actor. There are moments where you just walk around the proscenium arc or the audience, where the audience are sitting, and you even go to where the light desk is. You communicate with with the building itself. Um, lost in the dressing room, figuring out what this character is gonna wear, or, lost in exercises, but you don't have any of those in writing because you are alone. And I don't like the how lost I can feel in writing. It takes several several trying to figure out how do I get out of this plot hole. Um,
Mm.
and it's then I think also it adds to making us very vulnerable because we don't trust what we have written. We don't have a bouncing board. Like we have our partners, like you and I, one thing that we have in common, we work very well with our partners and they become our bouncing board as well. They become our critique partners as well. Um,
Part of the process.
they're part of the
Like there's
process.
a check that you have to
There's a
like
check, yeah.
have that
But
conversation.
it's
Yeah.
not the same with theater for me. That it I with theater I enjoy being lost because I know that I might not be the only one who's lost. All of us might be trying to figure out in our own way. And but also there is a sharing of processes. You can see there's a visibility of others trying, failing, testing, playing. You feel less alone in that. Even though you do
Yes.
a one-hander, you know this process is common. This moment at this stage, at the moment in this rehearsal, it's normal. But writing for me, oh my gosh, it's so scary. And I have now about three novels actually, that I cannot find the ending for. Um, it's quite hard. And I'm stuck in this maze of these novels that are brilliant in the premises, but I am so stuck. But also I'm too afraid to bring in someone, say, hey, help me out. So it can be very lonely in writing. So if I have to choose, I would definitely choose acting. And I couldn't say this maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
I've always couldn't choose. I always say, no, I'm not going to answer it, or I'm not going to.
Oh, okay.
But I think also being away has made me realize I, how much of growth I got from working with people. I have a collaborative heart,
Mm,
and losing that has made me realize the thing that made me best in my field is gone, which is people, which is community, which is working with the others, directing actors, um, being directed, going into a festival in Grahamstown, and then you meet other actors and directors, and then you chat and you watch shows, and you talk
yeah.
bullshit maybe, about that show. All of those things.
The ebb and flow,
Yeah,
yeah.
all those things, it's community, and they
Mm.
are gone for now. And they made me better creator. Oh man, yeah, I can go on and on about this. But yeah.
No, but that resonates. That resonates with me as well because I think we sort of swapped when I was in Johannesburg. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't like for me that was the writing period because I was with Sai and I didn't
Oh,
venture out into society or like the show was just what was comfortable, like
yeah,
we focused on those years and for me it was the growing of writing, but I would choose acting as well.
yeah,
So when you say that, I'm just like that and now being in Durban, KZN and having and realizing that it's also the community we have here, the people that we
exactly.
can just reach out to and say, hey, whether it's an idea or a
Yeah,
script or something you want to bounce and you could be like,
yeah,
oh, there's that
yeah,
tangible, like you were saying,
yeah,
theater has that tangibleness,
yeah,
like writing. I feel you like, and that goes on to, I think, our conversation maybe later about process, because
yeah,
that's coming up as well, like
yeah.
how you like you can't find the end and everyone's process is different. So even
Mhm.
if you say, give it to somebody else, like I'm also now not struggling with the ending of Ayorama baby drama, but I've jumped into divorce drama, which is the trilogy end.
Oh
And
no, you
I'm ready
didn't.
for that, but I haven't finished this. And now I'm at that last bit where she
Oh
gives birth
no.
and I'm like, I need to just keep it flowing.
Mm,
So it's like process again, because
yeah.
I want to write, but
Hmm.
like with the school and the theater, and now there's different collabs happening. I'm like, where's the
Yeah,
time? But I
exactly.
want to make sure I keep writing, if not every day, once
Yeah,
a week,
yeah,
because there's no deadline. I have to set my own deadlines as a freelancer and go, okay, now this is the project I am bringing into fruition.
yeah.
Next is this, and then there's a cycle. And actually, Clinton Marius sort of taught me that when I was still so young, and I look back being in my 20s and just the golden stuff. He was like, just always have multiple projects you're working on. I would always have like this one thing that I'm working on and drive to it and
Mm,
focus all my energy. And he was like, we're different, so our energies, that's just his process. And I took to it, where it's like something that happens in your day can go towards this writing piece that stimulates you in a certain way, and it moves along a little bit each one. Um, so you don't have to like charge this one story with everything in your day and your thought and your frame, and because it does make it move faster, but sometimes a conversation with Sai works better in the tweeny book that I'm trying to put together, and like,
yeah,
oh yeah, 6, 7 means something to them now, and
yeah.
it connects with them. And so, how does that fit in but just how it doesn't feed into Ayorama yet, so I
Mm.
can't use it there. And just writing is harder, you're right.
It
Why
is
do we do
hard. It is
that? But
hard. I
it's
mean,
so
right now I am deep in my collection that's gonna come out very soon. And man, it's I realize that there's a reason why Denzel Washington still has an acting coach, you know, because I don't think anyone is there. I don't think there is a there in creating. I don't think so anymore.
when you say that, like me now having the drama school with the kids, and yes, it's kids, but
Hmm.
it's still a warm up, a focus, a game, a focus section where it's a monologue or a piece that we're working on,
Hmm.
and then a dance or something. And just that practice on the regular, I wouldn't
Yeah.
like whether I have anything or not, just the practice. And I
Mhm.
remember seeing, I think her name was Doris Day, the mom from Ray Romano. I must actually share that link with you. It's a little video where she says, I still go to acting class on Saturday because
Exactly.
I want to
Exactly.
learn and I want to practice. And I saw
Yeah.
a couple of actors. We were shooting this thing with Naresh Veer, and he's got this new show that's coming out. And Deveshan and I have, like, roles in it. And I met Rahul Brijnath and another actress, and I said, we must just form a club and
Yeah.
just act, just meet to form, whether it's that day monologue or that day scene or something we put together for 2 or 3 weeks, just to practice our craft.
Mm,
Because,
yeah. I
and
mean,
you said it,
lot of actors, if they are not, this is what I understood, especially because we borrow a lot from what Hollywood is doing, which I think, okay. Okay. But what I picked up is all these stars that we get to see in the cinema or, or somewhere. They are still practicing. They are still, there's an interview which I love hearing actors talk to actors. Um, I love directors talking to directors, writers talking to writers. Um, but one thing they kept on repeating is that when I am not in your cinema, I am actually doing a theater show. They all like, I'm opening. It might not be a blockbuster, whatever,
yes,
Broadway, but I am actually working in a small theater
yes,
doing a show. They're constantly, refining their craft. And it amazed me that the people we adore so much, they still say there are things my body kind of forgets, and I need to remember. I need to keep the engine going.
believe, yes, yes,
I need
yes,
to, yeah.
yes,
And I'm like,
yeah.
girl, I have not been on stage for 2 years. 2 years. I
Oh,
and I think my question earlier on was to connect to ask you, how did you allow your body to remember? Because I am right now working on a new two possible shows. One I'll be directing with another
okay,
actor, and another one which is I'm hoping it's gonna be a one hander. And
okay.
I keep hearing
Performing.
performing. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to go back on stage, and I am exhausted hearing people here in the Netherlands saying, you will not be until you speak Dutch. Okay, then I'm gonna make my own thing. I'm gonna invite 2, 10, 5, 6 people to come watch me, applaud me. It's the hunger in me that wants to be on
Yes,
stage. It's not the
yes.
fame, it's not even the
No, of
money.
course.
I just want to be on stage.
Tell the
So, but
story.
the other side of me is like very scared because I'm like, hey, man, it's been 2 years, yo.
You
How
know, I
how did you do it?
I looked back at that moment when I had just had Sai, and he was about 3 or 4, and I was just gonna go back on stage for, I think it was a comedy character I was playing. So it's not hectic theater, but it was still performative, and I hadn't been in front of a crowd and had that rapport and back and forth and that prep. And I asked Mpume, like I said, Mpume Mtombeni, and I
Yeah.
said, what do I do? Because I'm nervous now, not the normal nervous, I'm the lines and how am I gonna fix an error if it happens. Like the nervousness of
So
I want to
funny
just do
because
it right.
we both went back to Mbume. It's like we have so much in common. It's so ridiculous.
It's like a multiverse. That's
I
like
think we are
I
twins
was like,
somewhere. You and I are twins.
absolutely. It's uncanny. You
Yeah,
can't just
right?
have that overlap.
Every
And
time you
she
speak,
told me,
sorry, I just want to say
yeah.
this. Every time you speak, I feel like I'm listening to myself.
Because I'm just going, yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. No, but she also said just like it's your body and the cells will remember because it's something we did so much. Like we filled ourselves with it, with that those years that we were just constantly creating with next and she said just trust that. And this time round, it was it was like it was like I was saying, the gratitude,
Yeah,
but also the preparation for me was so for me it was I'm a big like as soon as we have a date for a show, my mind instinctively runs backwards for last show, opening night, da 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 da, backwards, dress rehearsal, and it just goes backwards in terms of where we need to be at what mark by
yeah,
when, which phase, and so my mind just went into that, and I went and it was really different because this time round the director had asked us to learn the lines prior to coming to the room.
yeah,
I'd never done that before. Like in acting class at UKZN, Tama had always said, right, if you go on the first day with lines learned, what are you there for? What are you rehearsing for? Like, if we're discovering it in the room. So if you go
right.
on your own and learn a line and it's ready and you bring it into the space, it hasn't, but here I am learning lines now, which feels a little bit more filmic,
Right.
which like you have to learn it before you get there. It's not the creation. You have to create something before you get there, you
Yeah.
know. So it was a lot of stripping down and adding tape on. And for me, it was just be
Wait,
present,
wait.
take note, remember.
How did you deal with, and I'm gonna say this because that's what that's what's happening in my brain. How did, and now I'm just moving away from our questions. I'm sorry. But
It's fine.
um, but how
What we're here for.
did you encounter, let me put it this way. Did you encounter feelings and thoughts of maybe too old for this now? Maybe your path is done. Um, yeah. Did that visit you? If
Before
not,
I got the role or what during preparing for the role?
I think, I think, because there's a moment in your trajectory where you had to come back to Durban.
Yes.
You had to reintroduce yourself to the Durban scene and say, because the old, like for example, Themi is gone. That's a person
Yeah.
that a lot of work relationship that were very successful. Um, and so you had to come back. And how did you believe that you'll make it again? Because I mean, you just did letters of Suresh, like
Yeah.
the whole. You were directed, you were on stage. It's
Yeah.
ah man, how
I
did you
don't
do
think
that?
the first part of your question, I don't think I felt I was too old because I mean I feel old, but at the same time I still feel like I'm 13 years old. I mean the kids keep me young. That's what I always say. They always ask me like how old are you? And I'm like, how old do I seem? Because I
Mm,
feel young, but the character was 40 and that character of Melody, it was an American as well. And it said there, Melody 40. And for me, I had just turned 40. And for women or for anybody, 40 is like a number. And so
mm,
you're dealing with that as well on your personal side of I just turned 40 and where am I? What am I doing? How am I doing it? What am I going? And
that's
you're now given this role of 40, which if you were given this in your 20s, you wouldn't have been considered. Like there's a lot
mm.
of roles I hadn't been considered for because